Hi, my name is Juliana May. I'm an author. I'm a little late for this part of the video. Today is Thursday morning. I got back from Myrtle Beach on Sunday night. So here's the deal. I thought instead of having an introduction and something at the end that I could just wrap it all up in one and kind of let the focus be more on the video. I did have a point where I was like, I want to talk about it a little bit more. So there is going to be a point somewhere in the middle that is me actually talking, but I'm not going to do an out part of the video where I kind of wrap things up. I'm just gonna let it go. I just want it to be about Myrtle Beach, and I didn't want to do a whole lot of talking. I just want to make more of a point with the videos and kind of cut myself out for vlogs anyway. The point of the vlogs is to showcase what I did, not what I said about what I did. So I'll just tell you about my trip now. We went to a lot of the usual places: Johnny Rockets, Barefoot Landing, Broadway at the beach. I have to be really careful I don't mix those two up because Poppy does. He says barefoot at the park or something. He can't keep things straight sometimes, so I mess up too. We went to the beach a lot. It was fantastic weather. Like, the only day that was kind of cloudy was Friday, the day before we leave. Yeah, like I said, it was just cloudy. Like, it hardly drizzled, and we went shopping that day, and then we came back and we're like, we're gonna hit the beach a little bit. It's cloudy, but it's not raining. So fantastic weather, fantastic time. You guys have come along with me on many of the Myrtle Beach trips by now, so you kind of know the gist. One exciting, very, very, very exciting thing that happened was, well, let me start with the bad thing that happened first. Where do I start, actually? So our condo was crap. It was crap. It was nasty. There was dog smell when we first got in, and they had to re-clean it. It was gross. We stayed at Sea Point through Elliott Rentals, and I would never recommend staying there ever. It was just awful. Like, we shouldn't have even been allowed in them. So it was dog and stuff, and it's like, well, they didn't know that people were bringing a dog, and that's not necessarily their fault. You can clean up and say you're sorry and whatever. That's that. You can't help what previous tenants have done. But that's not the only thing. Like I said, there was like dog hair and like dog bones and like all kinds of stuff. Like, it was smelly. It was bad. They sent somebody out, and the bathroom still smelled awful. Come to find that there's mold in the bathroom, there's sewage in the bathroom, and it's leaking from the ceiling, and it's affecting 5 floors. They don't give us a refund. They don't get us another room. It just was awful. It was bad, and it was just like something new was cropping up every day, and they were like having people come out, but these people were telling us worse things every day. So, and like, it didn't seem like they were fixing it. My grandma was walking around the kitchen. I was actually walking around the kitchen with her, and she's like, what is that wet spot on the floor? And there was just this puddle like underneath the stove, and she started walking around and stepping on the floorboards, and when you stepped on the floorboards, water came up through it. That was sewage. It was just disgusting. It was awful, but the trip was beautiful. I really enjoyed it. Spending time with my family was good, and I shared a room with Audie like usual, and that's really always great to spend a week with her and catch up and just be together. Friday night, I got really sick. I was up at 2 in the morning until 4 in the morning, and it was awful. I felt really bad, and I kind of didn't get too much sleep then after that. Saturday morning then, like after this happened, my fiance came down to Myrtle Beach. He drove all through the night to get there to me. We went back to Broadway. We still had such a good time. I was just so excited to be there with him, so we had a good time. And then we drove down to Charleston, South Carolina, and we went to a soccer stadium there that's about to be closed, and there's a pub there, and it's like a museum of like just jerseys and soccer balls, and they're all signed, and it's very cool. But it's very sad because this place is going to be demolished, so he wanted to see that before, and I was down, so he met me down, and that was really nice. And there were crabs like scuttering underneath our feet when we walked there, because we got a much nicer hotel. It was 0.9 miles away from the stadium, so we walked back and forth, and there were like crabs under our feet at night, and there was alligator crossing signs, and it was just really neat. Like, I would really like to go back to Charleston and stay. I mean, the one year I went with my family, and that was cool. We went to the waffle place and like a pub or something. There's a video of that too. So I think Charleston is a place that I'd like to visit. Sunday we drove from 9:30 a.m. to just a little after 9:30 at night, and we didn't stop to eat at all. We just stopped at gas stations and grabbed snacks, and that was our day, just driving. But overall, fantastic time, and I hope you enjoy the video. I will see you soon. I love you so much. Bye. So just a quick interruption. I haven't done any talking yet because I'm trying to change it up, trying to talk less in my vlogs because it's kind of pointless. I'm trying to just make it shorter, more concise, and just more about what I'm doing versus what I'm saying about what I'm doing. So I'm just sitting on our porch this morning and I'm getting ready to read my Bible, but just the moment I come out, I just feel this peace. Like there's just something so peaceful about being here. I just love the beach so much. Like obviously it's fun, it's relaxing. When I see the ocean and like when I'm just sitting by it, there's just so much peace and I just feel like so close to God. And I just look out at the ocean. Look out at this. Hold on, where can you see it? There you go. Like look how huge that is. It's massive. Like you can't see the end of it. It's just huge and it just goes out so far, like you can't see the end of it. It's just mind-blowing and it's just like humbling. Like I'm just this tiny little dot and there's just this huge ocean. Wow, like God has made a beautiful thing. Like this earth is beautiful. It brings me so much peace and just makes me so humble. I just feel like I'm just walking with God when I'm walking on the beach. It's just wonderful. I just love it. So that was my little interjection and I will talk to you. Well, I'll talk to you at the beginning. So this will be the last you hear from me. Bye. Smile. The sun makes you allergic to it? Hi, Poppy. I'm